Could your life be changed with just 14 days of avoiding sugar? Most people don't believe it. But in this video, we're going to show you how 14 days without sugar can bring incredible changes to your health and lifestyle. In fact, cutting down on sugar is something that's worth thinking about. Why? Did you know that statistics on daily sugar intake are revealing a concerning trend among adults in the United States? It's crazy to think that a significant percentage of people are actually exceeding the recommended dietary guidelines. In fact, research shows that up to 65% of adults in the country are guilty of consuming too much sugar. And it's not just limited to the United States. Other countries are facing similar challenges too. It's really alarming when you think about the global scale of this issue. After all, excessive sugar intake is a known contributor to obesity, and it poses a higher risk for various health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, depression, and even certain forms of cancer. Here's where we come in. In this video, we'll show you all the amazing benefits you can get by cutting down on sugar for just 14 days. Let's dive in. Before we begin, it's important to note that the information we provide is intended for general educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical guidance or treatment. If you have any health concerns or medical conditions, please seek advice from a qualified physician. Number 1. You decrease your chances of getting diabetes. This is a well-known benefit of a no-sugar diet. After all, the disease that's most associated with it is diabetes. There have been numerous studies showing how excessive sugar consumption, especially from sugary drinks, can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. It all comes down to the weight gain that happens when we consume too many calories from added sugars. Simply put, being overweight or obese often goes hand in hand with blood sugar control issues and decreased insulin sensitivity, which are both factors in developing type 2 diabetes. But let us break down the entire process for you real quick. When we consume added sugars, it sets off a whole chain reaction of metabolic and hormonal changes in our body that make the chances of developing diabetes even higher. It's because these added sugars give us extra calories, leading to weight gain. And when combined with high blood glucose levels from the added sugar intake, it can cause insulin resistance. And you know what? Insulin resistance makes it even harder to lose weight. But here's the good news. By cutting back on added sugars, managing our weight becomes easier. And when we can better regulate our blood glucose levels, we can lower our risk of developing diabetes. Here's a really interesting study. In 2019, researchers did a comprehensive analysis of 3 large-scale studies found published in Diabetes Care in 2019. Those studies involved a total of 200,000 men and women in the United States, and they discovered that those who replaced a sugary drink or fruit juice with water, or an unsweetened alternative each day, reduced their risk of developing type 2 diabetes by up to 10%. Number 2. It helps improve your skin's condition. By cutting back on excessive added sugar and keeping our blood glucose levels in check, we can potentially slow down the aging process of our skin. How does this happen, you ask? See, when we consume a diet that's high in sugar, it triggers the production of advanced glycation end products, or what we call AGEs. And these are linked to accelerated skin aging. But fear not. Research suggests that we can significantly reduce the effects of AGEs on our skin by simply reducing our sugar intake. And it's even better when we include a variety of fruits and vegetables in our diet. Number 3, you'll experience decreased cravings for the sugary stuff. Did you know that eating sugary foods and drinks often can make you crave them even more? That's because sugar releases dopamine in your brain, and dopamine is what makes you feel good. Simply put, sugar's effect is like how addictive drugs affect your brain. This is why when you stop eating sugar, you might have some mild withdrawal symptoms like headaches, anxiety, and increased cravings for sugar for a few days. But if you stick with it, you'll soon realize that your cravings for sugary, high-carb foods will decrease a lot. And here's our tip. To make it easier, try cutting back on sugar little by little instead of stopping all at once. Number 4, you'll boost your energy levels. When you cut down on sugar, one thing you might quickly notice is a boost in your energy levels. It's all because of fewer ups and downs in your blood sugar that happen when you don't eat or drink the sugary stuff compared to when you consume sugar. Isn't it surprising given the idea of a sugar rush? Sure, sugar can give you a temporary burst of energy, but it's often followed by a big drop in glucose levels. It's what leaves you feeling sluggish, tired, and even hangry. By swapping out added sugar with complex carbs and foods that have natural sugars and fiber, like fruits, you can enjoy a more steady and lasting supply of energy. Plus, cutting back on sugar can even help you get better sleep, which researchers have observed in people who consume less sugar. Speaking of energy, number 5, you won't feel as fatigued as before. So here's the thing. When you regularly consume sugar, you often end up feeling tired after eating. But guess what? After 2 weeks without sugar, you'll notice something interesting. You won't feel that same level of fatigue after meals anymore. It's because your sugar levels will stop spiking, which we mentioned earlier how it happens. And with your sugar levels becoming steadier, you decrease that feeling of tiredness. And the best part? Achieving and maintaining normal sugar levels becomes easier, leading to increased mental alertness. But it's not only that tired feeling that will decrease. Number 6, you'll experience a decrease in food cravings. Leptin, this crucial hormone, plays a pivotal role in regulating our appetite. It's like having a conversation with our brain, telling us when to eat, when to stop, and even when to rev up or slow down our metabolism. But here's the thing. If you're struggling with obesity and insulin resistance, your body becomes less responsive to the signal of feeling full. So, we need to gradually improve how our body manages glucose to restore its sensitivity to leptin. And one vital step in achieving this is by cutting out those added sugars from our diet. Quick pause. If you're finding this video useful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on future videos like this. Number 7, dealing with cavities can be a thing of the past. As a kid, you've probably heard that sugar is bad for your teeth. Well, it's because when you don't brush or rinse away leftover sugar and carbs, it becomes food for the bacteria in your mouth. And guess what? These bacteria produce acid that can wear away the minerals in your tooth's enamel. When it happens, it can lead to cavities or a hole in your tooth. Here's the thing though, natural sugars in fruits like apples are usually not the culprits behind cavities. It's the added sugars that you need to watch out for. They're a whole different story. Number 8, you'll have a healthier heart. Did you know that excessive consumption of added sugar can actually increase your risk of cardiovascular disease, regardless of your weight and other factors? Several studies have shown that when we consume too much sugar, it can lead to cardiovascular problems like heart disease and stroke. And that's not all. A high sugar diet can also cause increased inflammation, raise your blood pressure, and cause your liver to release harmful fats into your bloodstream. And these can all lead to cardiovascular issues. Number 9, your kidney can function better. For people with diabetes, the kidney is often the organ that takes the biggest hit. So if they keep on munching on sugar, it can mess with their kidney, leading to issues like kidney failure. This just shows that by cutting down on sugar and watching those carbs, you can boost your kidney function. Number 10, it'll help you lose weight. You probably know now that eating too much sugar can affect your weight. But the connection between the two isn't as straightforward as you might think. Let's dig deeper into this topic. A study on diabetes in 2021 found that consuming too much added sugar contributes to being overweight or obese. Now, there's nothing particularly unique about how added sugars affect body weight. Rather, it really comes down to consuming too many calories. However, the lack of satiety in simple carbs could also play a role. Here's the good news, though. By swapping out foods containing added sugars with alternatives that have little to no added sugars, you can significantly cut down on calories, all without changing the amount of food you eat. This simple adjustment can make it easier for you to lose weight and keep it off. Basically, eating the same foods, but without the added sugars can reduce your overall calorie intake. And that can really help you on your weight loss journey and maintain your desired weight in the long run. Number 11, it can lower your risk of having mental health issues. Cutting out sugar from your diet not only has the perk of improving your physical health, but it can also have a positive impact on your mental well-being. Research has shown a strong link between consuming excessive added sugar and an increased risk of developing mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. This connection is believed to be attributed to the impact of sugar on brain inflammation, which is caused by its higher glycemic index. However, it is worth noting that scientific studies indicate that the main culprit behind these negative effects is the consumption of added sugars rather than natural sugars or overall carbohydrate intake. So, by reducing added sugars in your diet, you are taking a proactive step towards improving both your physical and mental well-being. And now, let's explore some of the best foods to make you look younger naturally. Click on this video now to find out.